Bob, just general analysis, good, bad, what do you think?
I thought we did some good things. I thought we did some bad things. I've said all along, I think we can shoot the ball. I think we can score the ball. At times we go too fast. We go faster than we're capable of going. At times, guys want to show everybody what they can't do. When we slow down catching the ball, we dropped the ball 2 or 3 times. Really dropped it twice at the end because we tried to do something with it and look and try to make the next play before we made the play we needed to make. We've got, as I told them, Derek was the best rebounder in the league a year ago. He needs to be the best rebounder in the league again. Oscar's made his reputation rebounding the ball. He needs to continue to rebound the ball. And, it's kind of like my dad said one time. He was my next door neighbor. He was about 6'3" and probably 215, 220 pounds, big old strong guy. We were scrimmaging before the season started. He shot every ball. I kept looking over at my dad like, what are we doing here? Shot every single ball. My dad never said a word to him. He came over timeout at the end of the quarter. My dad said, Bud, you shot every ball? He said, Coach, I was open. He said, Bud, there's a reason. They wanted you to be, you suck. He said, here's what we're going to do, Bud. You rebound, try to guard. If you get it, throw it to Bob. If you do anything else, you're never playing again. So, I'm not quite at that point yet, but we need to not do what we can't do. It's about us. It's not about me. And you get guys, and I understand. I probably did it a little bit too. Guys sulking, that they didn't get to play as much as they wanted to, or they got taken out. It's one of them. Well, I got taken out for making one mistake. No, got taken out because you did what I told you not to do when I put you in. So we're going to go through some growing pains. I think we all realize that. And that's a good team. That's a good team. Akron's a good team. Then they shot it really, really well. I thought they shot it extremely well. And they rebounded it well. But we can't just out rebound somebody by one and expect that we're going to win many games. We've got to dominate the glass. And we should. We should, particularly when we have Derek and Oscar and Emmett in. That's a pretty good front line. That's a pretty big front line, pretty athletic front line. They should rebound it.
Early foul trouble hurt Oscar as far as rhythm of the game and stuff.
I don't know. You'd really have to ask him. The thing about it is, Justin, is I think you'll learn as you continue to grow. And I've beat Derek over the head with it constantly. You can't take plays off. And when you take plays off, you get taken advantage of. And then you end up in a situation where you get a foul that you shouldn't have got. My dad used to say all the time, he said, how many fouls you get? At first I said 5. He said, no, you don't. You get 4. The 5th one, they take you out. So you really don't have 4 fouls. You don't have 5. That's a misnomer that you get 5 fouls. You get 4. So, you can't waste them because you took a play off or you took a couple plays off. And you can't do things that you're not very good at doing. If you want to do those things, get in the gym. If you want to shoot the ball, get in the gym, shoot 1,000 shots a day. JC did. So I let him shoot it. But if you're not in there, and if you miss him in practice, there's a really good chance you're gonna miss him in the game. So do what you do. That's we were down at Villanova. We were down. I think we'd only scored whatever 15, 16 points in the first half. And they thought I was going to lose my mind at halftime. And I come in and I said, what our problem is, guys? We're pretty good when we do what we do. We're not very good when we get out of character. So we go out the second half and we just do what we do. Each one of you do what made you the player that you are, and stay away from the things that makes you the player you are right now. Then we'll be fine. And we go on and win the game at the end of the game, But that's a hard thing, Everybody wants to prove they can do things that they can't do. Everybody wants to prove they're a jump shooter. Well, they're not jump shooters. So, and we've got to get better. Derek goes way too fast in the post sometimes, and somehow we have to find consistency of how you're allowed to play in the post somehow. That wasn't very consistent. Oh.
You don't often see freshmen come in and look like they've been there for a couple of years, and I thought McBride kind of looked that way. I mean, he seemed pretty comfortable and did some pretty good things tonight. All aspects of the game.
Well, I think Bob. Well, I know. One, he's had great high school coaching. Carl Kramer is a great coach. And two, his dad has had a tremendous influence on him. His dad being a very, very good player at Xavier. So I think Deuce had an advantage of being coached pretty doggone well before he got here.
Defensively, what did you think tonight? Obviously, Akron came out.
Thought we were atrocious. We didn't guard the bounce. We didn't guard the ball screen. And we didn't do what we practiced to do. But I thought they're good. I mean, I think that's a team that could make a run at winning the MAC championship, particularly if they shoot the ball the way they shot the ball today. Because they spread you out so far with their ability to make shots that it really opens the floor up for them. John's done a really good job with them.
McCabe, is that the last 19 minutes? Is that a matter of this message you're saying, do what you do? Is that what it'll take to get him back in the flow?
We're trying to win. When you're trying to win, you try to put the people out there that you think are going to give you the best chance to win. And there's going to be a lot of times he's going to give us the best chance to win.
Coach, talk about the bench's performance and how the depth can help later on in the year.
Well, I mean, we've kind of talked about that a lot. If you count Jermaine as a perimeter player, we have 7 perimeter players. When we got it rolling again, we had a bad year and then an NIT year, and we got it rolling because we brought in four perimeter guys to go with Gary Brown and Jawan Staten, and we got it going. But we got it going because we had a really strong bench. And as it turned out, both of those 2 guys got hurt. And so it ended up being 4 until the NCAA tournament. We got those 2 guys back for the NCAA tournament. I mean, you got to have. You got to have. But see, everybody has to do what they're good at doing. That's the battle. You don't. It's not like one of them can run out there and say, well, so and so did this, I'm going to do it too. Well, you can't do it, so don't do it. We don't have many shoot it like Taz Sherman. We don't have many shoot it like Sean. Well, you shouldn't take the same shots they take. You should take shots you can make. That's the battle that we fight with, with all of them. Do what you do, man. You're here for a reason because you did something pretty good. Do it. Don't try to prove to me what you can't do. I already know what that is.
Seemed like you got a pretty good push in the first half when you went to the smaller lineup. I know that might be against the idea of throwing it inside a lot, but
Well, we did, but I want to play two of those three bigs together as much as we possibly can because I think that gives us the best opportunity to win in March. And so I'm trying to leave them out there, but I'm not going to lose, to leave them out there. So our best lineup, particularly against the team we were playing, was playing with one big and the rest of them a little smaller.
that also gives you a little bit more chance to extend the pressure a little bit more. I know not like in past years, but Deuce, Taz, those guys help you a little bit more there.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, Oscar's never guarded on a perimeter in his life, so it's going to take him some time, and we're going to continue working with him, but we're not going to lose having him out there when he's not ready to be out there. I mean, we're not dominating the glass. I think the biggest reason we would play Derek and Oscar together along with Emmett would be to dominate the glass. We didn't dominate the glass. With them in the game, we didn't dominate the glass. So, trying to win.
Yesterday you were talking about plus minus, the
I think it
minutes of-
sucks.
But is it kind of an accurate measure of what Logan and Chase gave you tonight as far as quality minutes?
I mean, some people would say that. I would say this. It can be distorted very easily. You're not talking about what one guy did in a 15 minutes. You're talking about what five guys did. And I don't know how you pull one of them out of there and you single out what he did and what he did in those whatever minutes it was, and as opposed to what the other guys did, or the flip side. If you go out there with four guys that suck, you're pretty good. You're not going to look very good in that plus minus deal now.
Bob, how'd you
Talk
feel
a
about
little bit
Chase?
about Chase's attitude and scrappiness.
He's been great, Bob. He's hung in there. He's had the opportunity to be on some very good teams. He's unfortunately opportunity to be on a bad team, and he's hung in there. He's really worked at it. He's spent a lot of time in the gym this summer. He knows what he's doing. Plays hard. I mean, no. I mean, he made a big drive to the basket that no, I think in years past he wouldn't have done. I think his confidence is good right now.
Seeing that same
Huh?
seeing that same confidence from Napper too.
Knapp was good. I just wish he'd have corralled that ball at the end. He'd had a really good night.
Coach, on McBride again real quick. In high school, if he's just a basketball player in high school, was he a bigger recruit than what he was? I mean, he might have gotten a steal there.
I don't know. He played on 3 state tournament teams at the highest classification in Ohio. That's pretty good. I don't know. He only averaged 13 points a game. I don't know why. We recruited him early too. We recruited him early, and he's a very loyal kid. And we recruited him when he had a broken ankle. So, you know, I think I've told you the story. I was trying to sleep on my brother's couch, and I get it. Phone rings. I pick it up. He says, "Coach, this is Deuce. I want to commit." I said, "Great." I had a broken ankle at the time, you know, and then his coach is a very good friend of mine, and he called me. He said, "You sure you want to do this? I mean, there's no guarantee that he's going to come out of this, you know, with being the way he was." And I said, "No, we're good." So, I mean, he makes plays. I mean, you can see why he was a multi-sport athlete.
See him in Cincinnati, or is it AAU maybe?
Saw him in AAU first.
Hey Bob, with regard to your lineups of Derek and Oscar, the positives pretty obvious, but drawbacks that you're concerned about? I think you mentioned a couple of them, but things that you could foresee being a problem.
Well, when you're playing against a team who spreads you and tries to drive it, obviously, you know, that's not their forte. I was hoping we'd have a better presence around the rim than what we had.
Bob, with Chase, I had asked him about the play when he drew the technical from the Akron player. He described himself as an instigator. How, I guess...
That's real smart.
How much does it help?
We're sitting here talking about how intelligent he is, and then he tells you that. I mean...
But how much of an asset is it to have a guy who can sort of get under the other team's skin like that?
Well, if the guys in stripes knew that he was the one agitating, he would have been the one to get the technical, so it's not very damn bright. Yeah.
Anything else?
Coach, Jermaine, kind of going off that plus-minus thing, -4, but, you know, 6 of 7 from the field, led the team in scoring. What did you think of his performance?
It was good and bad. I mean, Jermaine's been hurt. Jermaine's had a really rough go of it, and he missed a whole week, and then came back, and I don't know, he said his arm went numb there. I don't know. He just needs a lot more reps. He just hasn't had enough reps.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.